I guess my favorite memory regarding him was while he was always quiet, he kind of observed everybody. He was never in the fray of it. And he would always stand there with that look of, why are you guys doing what you're doing? He had that expression on his face that he does now. He still has that same face. It's just on a bigger body. That look of, I don't know how even to recreate it, but it's definitely him. Because I'll be honest with you, I knew he would make life because of the family support that you guys had for him. I knew he would make life. I wouldn't have bet Jimmy the Greek on it that he would have made Eagle. Being honest. Watching him as he went through Scouts, something had changed. Like I said, about 4 months before I left the troop. And he came to me, instead of me telling him what he needed to do, he had everything itemized on a sheet of paper, wanting to know if it was too late. And of course I told him it wasn't.
I'm David Baroni, and I'm the Technical Director of Theater here at Glenbard North. It was neat to see him grow. Nick has always been a meticulous kid, and his growth from early on to now, he took a bigger leadership role as he grew. But I entrusted Nick to leadership roles without title fairly early on. And then toward the end of his tenure here, he became a crew head and had much more responsibility. And he grew into quite the theater technician. I've never doubted him for a moment, because again, whenever I asked him to do something, it would be done. And it may take a while because of his attention to detail, but it would be there. And 9 times out of 10, it would be perfect. I mean, we had this area up in the loft, and it was a rack, if you will, where we stored doors, windows, and large cardboard concrete forms. And it had been there probably the better part of 30 years. And things had just been thrown all over it. And he approached me about his Eagle Scout project, and he said he wanted to rebuild that. And what it ended up being is a loft within a loft. So now not only are the doors and windows stored beneath safely, but above there's room for any number of adults to go up there and rearrange and organize the concrete forms that are up there. I normally ask Nick to do the complex stuff, and he would take a crew of a couple other kids with him, and it would be done, and it would be exactly the way I thought it ought to be. One of my favorite Nick stories is we built an extension for the stage, and you can see there that the stage is arced. The apron of the stage is curved. And I wanted the extension to be reusable. Nick pulls out the calculator, and I've got this ruler, and I'm kind of thinking, well, we've got to be able to figure out a way to measure it from this way or that way, and I'm not really sure how we're gonna do it to make it match perfectly. And this was late in the crew. So the next day, Nick comes over, he says, I figured it out. And he has this sheet of calculations for the curve every 3 inches. And I said, this is amazing. How long did it take you to do this? He says, oh, it was no time. Great, let's get building. It was just incredible. He just was so focused on making that thing happen, and there it was. I'm so proud of you. And this is just an incredible accomplishment. And both the Eagle Scout honor and the Loft. And I can't thank you enough. And I wish you only the best moving forward. God bless.
If I had a daughter, I'd let him date her. It's as simple as that. My impersonation of Nick. Say something about his Eagle project. It's done.